going to talk about how content creation can increase enrollment for a higher educational institution. I've been thinking about this a lot lately just because one of the struggles with every campaign we undertake is content creation. And what we find is that getting buy-in from top down is difficult. And I think the reason for that is most people don't really understand how is blogging really going to translate into accomplishing our goals. So I wanted to outline a few of those today for higher ed, just give you a few of my thoughts. Number one, I think, is going to be offering an ebook or premium content. What we know about most higher educational institutions is that the buying cycle is relatively long. You are not going to convince somebody the first time they come to your website that you are the program that they need to be in. So the name of the game then becomes, how do you capture more lead information so that you can continue to follow up with those people over time? Offering some kind of premium piece of content like an ebook on planning your career in technology management, or the top 10 reasons that you should get an MBA. I mean, those are all very informative topics that somebody who's considering that program would be very interested in. And by offering that piece of premium content, all you're going to ask for in exchange is their email address. You're doing what we focus an enormous amount of our time on, which is cultivating more leads. Then you can remarket to those people over time. Send them an alumni testimonial. Send them a student perspective. Send them an email about an information session. Send them an email when the application period is coming up. My number two would be blogging. So think about ways that you can answer questions and highlight your differentiators. It's tough to blog sometimes, and I think that's one of the things that we struggle with getting our clients to really commit to, because it's like being on a diet. You just have to commit to it and make the time. Lightning isn't going to strike and you're going to say, great, I need to write a blog post about this one particular topic. You have to plan, and the best way to plan is by answering those questions. People are typing full-on sentences with a question mark into search engines now. So the more that you leverage that around your particular program, I mean, it could be undergrad or graduate, the more you can answer questions, the better off you're going to be. What we're also seeing is that Google will suggest a lot of search terms. If you type in, what are the best MBA programs? If you type in MBA programs, then Google may auto-suggest ratings, comparisons, rankings, some of those other keywords. So writing blog posts that shows where you fall in the rankings, stack yourself up against some of your competitors. It's never a bad thing to just illustrate the differences. That's a really relevant way to answer some questions, get some highly targeted traffic to your blog for people who are really searching. And I'd say that's pretty buy-specific traffic if people are trying to figure out what the ratings are. So let's see, number three. So taking that blog information and turning that into social media post from blog. Taking your blog and piping that over into your social media channels is just a no-brainer. If you're going to take the time to create the content for the blog, then make sure that you're pushing it out through every possible channel that you can, so you're getting as many eyeballs as you can onto that content. So it also gives you something that you can put on your social media. I know sometimes it gets to be a little bit of a struggle. You're looking for something interesting to say. I mean, there's not a whole lot better than, hey, we wrote a great blog post about comparing our university to the top 5 universities in this area. I mean, that's something that anybody who happens to follow you on social media or check you out, it gives you credibility. You're not tooting your own horn too much. You're showing yourself in with other competitors. I mean, these are all very valid ways to get more traffic back to your site. And then ultimately, I would say you really need to connect the dots, because if it's through social media or through the blog, you want them to download your ebook or other premium piece of content, because that gets you the lead information and you can remarket down the road. Number 4, content creation is a very effective way to build links. And building links is the name of the game for SEO. You have to build links aggressively. But, I mean, the name of the game is you can't try to cheat the system. Any link that's not editorially given in Google's eyes is what they would consider black hat. I think that's kind of an old school term. Now it's really more, are you interested in investing in short-term or long-term strategies. And a long-term SEO strategy is not going and trying to cheat the system and hire somebody overseas who can build you a bunch of crappy links. I'd say a very long-term, very ethical search engine marketing strategy is create an asset, create great content, and then put that out there. Because SEO is not a black art. Create good content that people want to link to, and you'll get lots of links. So build links for your SEO. Do it using this content, and I mean, it's a very ethical, very white hat, very future-proof way to improve your search engine rankings. Even if Google does change the rules down the road, you've still built some assets that still have value and still answer questions. So think about it that way. And that's it. That's my top 4 tips for how content creation can improve enrollment for a higher education institution. We'll have some more info coming soon on content creation tips, because I know that's something we're certainly getting a lot of inquiries about. Talk to you soon.